Assalamualaikum and hi, a very good morning to Dr. Rizky and to all my fellow friends. Now, we, Group 13, would like to present to all of you about misunderstanding of society on psychological testing. Before that, I would like to introduce my group members. For the first one is Nur Aunina Biha binti Osman, following with Nur Anis Farzana binti Baharin, Nur Isma Alia binti Hasbullah, and me, Anis Karmila binti Jamal Khair. And the last one is Nasiha Huda binti Norman. Okay, now what is psychological testing? Psychological testing is, according to Urbina, psychological test is a systematic procedure for obtaining samples of behavior relevant to cognitive, affective, or interpersonal functioning, and for scoring and evaluating those samples according to standards. That is the first definition of psychological testing. The another definition of psychological testing is, according to Miller and Lovler, they stated that a psychological test is a procedure, an instrument, or a device that measures sample of behaviors in order to make inferences.
So now I will explain about misunderstanding. Misunderstanding is a mistake as to the meaning of something or erroneous interpretation, or also known as misconception. So according to Brown and Gardner 2013, misconception in psychology are commonplace, strongly held, and can be problematic in teaching accurate information. So the issue of misunderstanding in this research is that society simply agrees and accepts the test result wholeheartedly without further checking. So we call it in term Barnum effect. So my group mate will explain more about Barnum effect later in next slide. So the main focus in this research is to discover the issue and explain the confusion so that the society will open their mind of the need for valid and reliable tests.
Now we go to type of misunderstanding of society on psychological testing is Barnum effect. We highlight the example of Barnum effect is horoscope. Now I will explain about the Barnum effect. The Barnum effect, also known as the Fourier effect, is the tendency of an individual to perceive work and general personality description as accurate and descriptive of himself and herself. In other words, when individuals believe that generic information which could apply to anyone applies specifically themselves. The varied stimuli used in the Barnum effect studies, it is adequate to define the Barnum effect as a tendency to accept personality feedback as true despite its validity. The acceptance of personality description may not be naive. People may be accepting fake description as accurate simply because of height-based validity of presented stimuli. However, statements presented as feedback rather than questionnaire items are accepted more readily. So, not all acceptance of personality feedback can be explained by actual trait of subject. My friend will explain more about the example of Barnum effect is horoscope.
Now I will explain about the horoscope, which is served as a classic example of the power of the Barnum effect. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, horoscope is a diagram of the relative positions of planets and signs of the zodiac at a specific time, which is at one's birth, for use by astrologers in inferring individual character and personality traits in foretelling events of a person's life. For your information, horoscope provide 12 different profiles such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn Aquarius Pisces, which is based on one's location and time of birth, and it is categorizing their personality traits and providing future descriptions of things regarding career, love life, and personal development. The Barnum effect helps readers make connection between Vogue texts and their own lives. And horoscopes are particularly susceptible to consciously or unconsciously shape individuals' expectations. While it is not empirically proven that the position of planets has any influence, people continue to read horoscopes and may be affected in some way by their content. An exposure to positive or negative horoscopes might influence people's emotions, creativity, cognitive performance, and interpretation of ambiguous situations, either positively or negatively, depending on the horoscope content. These effects could go beyond merely priming positivity or negativity in individuals. Fitchen and Snelton highlighted the influence of personality on believing in astrology. Individuals with high level of neuroticism were indeed found to consult their horoscope more often and to believe more strongly in astrology. This higher susceptibility to the expectancy effect and astrology among individuals high in neuroticism is probably due to their higher need for control. The particularly strong effect of people's expectations on various domains such as perception, cognitive performance, and emotions.
So next, the factor of why this happened. There are two factors, which is firstly cognitive bias or subjective validation, and second Pollyanna principle, or also known as positivity bias. So first, the cognitive bias. The Barnum effect is actually a common cognitive bias. So the result from our natural tendency to attach personal meaning to general statement. So individuals consider information correct if it has personal significance. For example, when they took the test and then they see the result has some of personal significance, they tend to believe with the result. So the next one is Pollyanna principle, or also known as positivity bias. So in this factor, are more likely to accept positive comments about themselves and believe them to be accurate. It occurs when an individual assumes better accuracy of descriptive statements when they are positive. So people tend to believe with the result when they see there are some positivity about themselves. So they believe in the positivity. And usually people love when they are compliments. So they used to only believe with the results.
The next subtopic that we would like to highlight is individual effect. Individual effect which enable to distinguish between general and personalized feedback, product or content that will lead to poor decision making. So, individuals who make decisions influenced by this effect are unable to logically analyze their decisions and their possible outcomes in order to make appropriate choices. For the second one is systematic effects. The Barnum effects can systematically impact how larger companies engage and interact with their customers and create customer relationships. Commonly seen in marketing and engagement campaigns, elements of the Barnum effect provide customers with the impression of product customization. When executed correctly, the Barnum effect can strengthen customer buy-in and improve customer loyalty. Companies make customers feel as though they are personally interacting with the brand. Last but not least, we can conclude that the issue of misunderstanding in psychological testing frequently occur among society nowadays that expects all kinds of psychological tests that have taken are valuable and can influence the belief in terms of behavior or characteristics. It may cause from cognitive bias or subjective validation and Pollyanna principle or positivity bias. It is clear that we need the valid and reliable psychological testing. Okay, that's all from us, Group 13, for today. Thank you for listening attentively. Assalamualaikum and bye.